Sorry for a moment. This Dhammadina is supposed to be an Arahant, and according to the, according to the commentaries, I don't know whether it's reliable or not. And this Visakha is supposed to be an Anagamin, third fruition Arya, and also the former husband of Dhammadina. So he sat down and asked her, "Lady, identity is said. What is called identity by the Blessed One?" This identity, the Pali word is Sakkaya. Friend Visakha, these 5 aggregates of attachment are called identity by the Blessed One. That is, the material form aggregate of clinging, of attachment, the feeling aggregate of attachment, the perception aggregate of perception of attachment, the volition aggregate of attachment, and the consciousness aggregate of attachment. These 5 aggregates of attachment are called identity by the Blessed One. Saying, "Good lady," the lay follower Visakha delighted and rejoiced in the nun Dhammadina's words. Then he asked her a further question. "Lady, origin of identity is said. What is called the origin of identity by the Blessed One?" Friend Visakha, it is craving which brings renewal of being, is accompanied by delight and lust, and delights in this and that, that is, craving for sensual pleasures, craving for being, and craving for non-being. This is called the origin of identity by the Blessed One. Lady, cessation of identity is said. What is called the cessation of identity by the Blessed One? Friend Visakha, it is the remainderless fading away and ceasing, the giving up, relinquishing, letting go and rejecting of that same craving. This is called the cessation of identity by the Blessed One. Lady, the way leading to the cessation of identity, is said. What is called the way leading to the cessation of identity by the Blessed One? Friend Visakha, it is just this noble eightfold path, that is, right view, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right recollection, and right concentration. Lady, is that attachment the same as these 5 aggregates of attachment, or is the attachment something apart from the 5 aggregates of attachment? Friend Visakha, that attachment is neither the same as these 5 aggregates of attachment, nor is attachment something apart from the 5 aggregates of attachment. It is the desire and lust in regard to the 5 aggregates of attachment that is the attachment there. Stop here for a moment. So here they are talking about identity, Sakkaya. This identity means to identify oneself with the 5 aggregates. Body, feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. And these 5 aggregates are basically also body and mind. And this body and mind, we generally, ordinary people, we take it to be I and mine. And this, when a person becomes an Arya, the lower stage is a stream entry, the first path. When the person listens to the Dhamma and understands, he attains right view. And with that right view, that person becomes the lowest Arya, the first path attainer. But after that, that person has to put in more effort to learn the Dhamma and practice the Dhamma. And then after some time, that wisdom will ripen, and the path will turn to fruit, and that person becomes the first fruit attainer, Sotapanna. When that person attains the first fruit, 3 fetters are eliminated, and one of them is Sakkaya Ditti, identity view. So here, so a normal person will identify himself with the 5 aggregates. But Sotapanna, he sees that these 5 aggregates are impermanent, and a source of suffering. So he does not identify himself with the five aggregates, although he still has a self, but that self is not attached to this, is not linked to these five aggregates. So the origin of this identity is craving. Craving is the cause of the round of rebirths. And the cessation of identity is the remainderless fading away of this same craving. Okay, we continue. Lady, how does identity view come to be? Here, friend Visakha, an untaught ordinary person, Putujana, who has no regard for noble ones and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma, who has no regard for true men and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma, regards material form or body as self, or self as possessed of material form, or material form as in the self, or self as in the material form. Similarly, he regards feeling, perception, volition, consciousness, all the five aggregates as the self, or the self as possessed of these aggregates, or the aggregates as in the self, or the self as in these five aggregates. That is how identity view comes to be. Lady, how does identity view come not to be? Here, friend Visakha, a well-taught noble disciple who has regard for noble ones and is skilled and disciplined in their Dhamma, who has regard for true men and is skilled and disciplined in their Dhamma, does not regard material form as self, or self as possessed of material form, or material form as in self, or self as in the material form. Similarly, he does not regard feeling, perception, volition, consciousness as the self, or self as in these five aggregates, or these five aggregates as in the self, or self as in the five aggregates. That is how personality, this identity view does not come to be. So this identity view ceases when the ardent disciple he does not regard the five aggregates as the self, or as belonging to the self, or as being in the self, or the self as being inside these five aggregates. So he does not identify himself with the five aggregates.